A very good afternoon, class. So, the last video which we stopped was I gave you an introduction to what is the meaning and part of binomial distribution in learning and in probability distribution. If you have not seen the video, I request you to first go and check out the introduction part so that you can understand the topic and the sums properly. So class, today we are going to start with exercise 8.3. In 8.3, we are not going to cover all the sums, but simple ones which you can easily understand. So in the last topic in my video, I had explained you all what formula we are going to use when we'll be solving binomial distribution. As you can see on the left side, it's written X follows binomial distribution with parameters n and p. Also, I have explained you all what is E of x, that is expected value of x, and variance of x in binomial distribution. It's given by the formula Ex is equal to n into p, and variance of x stands for npq. Also, the formula will be seen when we'll start with the first sum. So without wasting much time, let us start with sum number 1. A die is thrown 4 times. If getting an odd number is a success, find the probability of getting 2 successes, at least 3 success, at most 2 success. Now class, before we start with the sum, always remember, whenever you all are solving sums related to binomial distribution, always check out for 3 alphabets. Number 1, n, number of times, p, probability of getting the success, and q, the failure. So here's the screen, pay attention. So as you all can see, they have told that a die is thrown 4 times. So can I say n is 4 over here? Also, they had highlighted getting an odd number is a success. So we'll say let the probability p of getting an odd number be the success. Now in a die, the odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. So the probability will be 3 divided by total number 6. So the answer is 1 upon 2. So Q is very easy to find out once you know what is the value of P. So Q is equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus half, answer is half. So we got all the 3 alphabets. Now we can move forward. So let X denote the odd numbers in a dice. So X follows binomial distribution with parameters n and p. So n is equal to 4, p is equal to half, q is also half. Now we are ready with all the 3 alphabets. They have told us to get or find whether if we are getting 2 successive in one throw. So that means they are talking about we have to find the probability when x is equal to 2. Whenever you start the sum class, always see at least once you have put the formula before you start with the sum. So p, x is equal to x, the formula is ncx into p raised to x into q raised to n minus x. Those who have watched my previous videos will be able to understand how this formula is derived in a binomial distribution. So similarly class, we'll substitute all the values of x, n, p, q. So the value of x is 2 over here. N was 4, 4c2. The probability of success was half raised to 2 into half raised to 4 minus 2. तो लॉजिक बहुत सिंपल सा है. 4c2 फिर ये 2 सीधा हवे में लिखना ऊपर और नेक्स्ट हवे में उसमें से माइनस कर देना. And these two are the values of P and Q. Now in your previous standard class, you have studied the concept permutations and combinations. So you all must know how to solve this. And जो लोग अभी join कर रहे हैं and they are not familiar what has happened over here, for them just remember, जब कभी भी आप लोग combinations का sum करते हैं, जितना नंबर नीचे दिख रहा है ऊपर आप उतने ही नंबर उल्टे खोलेंगे. So for permutations and combinations, remember class, we always open up the number in backward direction. So as you can see over here 4C2, that means नीचे का number 2 है यहाँ पे. So in the numerator, I'll be opening only 2 digits in backward position. So as you can see 4 into 3 divided by नीचे वाला पूरा end तक जाना है 2 into 1 into half square into half the whole square again because 4 minus 2 gives you a 2. So on cancelling 2 1s are 2 2s are 4. I'm left with 2 3s are 6 into 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 4. Again on cancelling I get the answer 3 by 8 which is as good as 0.375. All your probability answers should be less than 1 because total of probability is equal to 1. तो 1 के ऊपर नहीं जाइएगा. Coming to the second part, getting at least 3 successes. Now at least means minimum or more than 3. Simple भाषा में at least हमेशा याद रखना. In order to pass a 100 marks exam, what is the minimum marks you require? 35. 35 या 35 से ज्यादा. So basically at least का मतलब है the 35 marks. And at most का मतलब होता है maximum or less than. For example, if you are attempting a 100 marks paper, you can get 100 out of 100, but you cannot get 200 out of 100. Right? So at most मतलब 100 या 100 से कम. So keep these two figures in your mind. At least 35 से ज़्यादा, at most 100 से कम. So at least 3 successes means x greater equal to 3. Now give me numbers greater equal to 3. So we have only 2 possibilities because maximum times was 4. So it is probability of 3 plus probability of 4. So we'll find both of them separately by using the same formula. 4C3 half raised to 3 half raised to 4 minus 3. Similarly 4C4 into half raised to 4 into half raised to 4 minus 4. So again the same logic, 4C3 we'll open the numbers backwards and in this case we'll be opening 3 numbers. 4 into 3 into 2 upon 3 into 2 into 1. Now 4C4, whenever you get same numbers like this, always remember the answer will be 1. Because if you open all the 4 digits, 4, 3, 2, 1, upar bhi and niche, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it will get cancelled and you will get the answer to be as 1. So 4C4 or 2C2 or 3C3, सबका answer 1 होगा. Similarly, half raised to 0, 4 minus 4 is nothing but 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1. याद रखना logarithm का property है. Anything raised to 0 or a raised to 0 is considered to be 1. So that is why you can see I have written 1 on both the sides. So after solving both of them separately, you can add it as you can see. 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 16. So I'll make the denominator same into 4 into 4. So 4 plus 1, 5 upon 16, answer is 0.3125. The third part, at most 2 successes, at most 100 या 100 से कम. So similarly, at most 2 successes means 2 or less than 2. Now in less than 2 class, remember even 0 is included. So you have to add 3 numbers. Probability of x less than equal to 2 will be p of 0 plus p of 1 plus p of 2. Now you have already found out the value of p of 2 in your upper section. So you can directly write that answer over here. As far as 0 and 1 is concerned, we need to find the values like this. So 4C0 half raised to 0 into half raised to 4 minus 0. Plus 4C1 half raised to 1 half raised to 4 minus 1. So 4C0 is nothing but 1. Half raised to 0 is nothing but again 1 into 1 upon 16 because half raised to 4 times. Similarly, 4C1 will give you 4, half raised to 1 will give you half into half raised to 3, which gives you 1 upon 8. So similarly, as you can see, the denominators are different. So first we'll make the denominators same. So 4 2s will give you 16 and 8 2s will give you 16. So I've multiplied on both numerator as well as the denominator. Sorry, 4 4s are 16. By mistake I've written 2. So 1 plus 4 plus 6 will give you 11. Divide by 16, you get the answer 0.6875. So I hope class, the first sum is clear to you all. How to solve the very first sum. Moving forward with sum number 2. A pair of dice is thrown 3 times. If getting a doublet is considered a success, find the probability of 2 successes. So the very first thing class, binomial hai. Sorry. So we need to find 3 alphabets, N, P and Q. Before I show you all the solution, can you all identify what is the value of N? Correct, 3. Very good. Probability P is the success considered as getting a doublet. Doublet means 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, ऐसा. All right. So here we go. Just give me a second. All right. So here N is equal to 3. As I told you, doublet means getting same numbers twice. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So there are in all total 6 options. And as you're throwing the die twice, so your sample space will be 36. So probability will be 6 upon 36, 1 by 6. Once you get the value of P, you can find the value of Q as 1 minus P. So 1 minus 1 upon 6 gives you 5 upon 6. So now you have all the 3 alphabets, N, P and Q. So you have to find the probability of getting 2 successes. That means I can say P of X is equal to 2. We have to find out. Now in order to find that class, I told you at least once use the formula in entire sum. So first we'll write the formula. Probability of X is equal to NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. Repeat after me class. NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. और एक बार NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. So on putting all the values like this, I'll get the solution as 3C2 into 1 upon 6 the whole square into 5 upon 6 the whole raised to 3 minus 2. 3C2 matlab 2 numbers in the numerator in ulta order. So 3 into 2 upon 2 into 1. 1 upon 6 ka square gives you 1 upon 36. And 5 upon 6 will remain 5 upon 6 as 3 minus 2 is 1. On cancelling, you get the answer to be as 5 upon 72. You can keep it in the fraction also, or you can change in decimal, whatever you feel easy. So with this class, the second sum is also over. Now coming directly to sum number 4, because we are covering all the easy type of sums first. 5 cards are drawn successively with replacement from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability that all the 5 cards are spade, only 3 cards are spades, none is a spade. Now class, this you all should know. In 52 cards, there are 4 different options available, 2 red, 2 black. Red includes diamond and a heart. Black includes spade and club. Spade matlab pan ka patta for your reference. Club is chidiya, this chard, tree you can say. And diamond and heart you all are familiar with. Now each of these 4 is a pack of 13 each. That is 13 hearts, 13 diamond, 13 spades and 13 clubs. So they are talking about spades over here. Okay, so we'll represent the success as getting spade. So as you can see, they have written over here 5 cards are drawn. So can I say n is equal to 5? X is getting a spade and P is probability that card is a spade. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, P will be 1/13 because there are in all total 13 spade cards. So हर एक का आने का probability will be same 1/13. So Q will be 1 minus P, 1 minus 1/13, 12/13. So we have all the 3 alphabets. So we can start with the first condition. All the 5 cards are spade. That means they are talking about P of X is equal to 5. So again class, this is a new sum. So at least once we have to use the formula. So we write P of X is equal to NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. 5C5 into 1/13 raised to 5 into 12/13 raised to 5 minus 5. As I told you, same numbers will give you 1 and 0. Anything raised to 0 is also 1. So your final answer is 1/13 raised to 5. This is for the first part. Now the second, they are telling only 3 cards are spade. So only 3 means P of X is equal to 3. So again in the same formula, you will substitute as 5C3 into 1/13 raised to 3 into 12/13 raised to 5 minus 3. So again you have 5C3 matlab you will be opening the numerator up till 3 digits backward. So 5 into 4 into 3 upon 3 into 2 into 1. 1/13 the whole cube, 12/13 the whole square, no need to open big numbers. So the next answer which you get is P of 3 is 10 into 1/13 the whole cube into 12/13 the whole square. Coming to the third part, none is a spade. Now none means 0. So basically you have to find the value of P. X is equal to 0. So P of 0 is equal to 5C0 into 1/13 raised to 0 into 12/13 raised to 5. Anything raised to 0 is 1. 5C0 is also 1. So your final answer is P of 0 is equal to 12/13 raised to 5. So I hope class, the 3 sums are clear to you all. Alright. Moving forward with the next one. Sum number 6. 10 balls are marked with digits 0 to 9. If 4 balls are selected with replacement, what is the probability that none is marked 0? Again, they are talking about none. So none means over here class, what do you mean by none? Again, it stands for 0. So let's see how to solve the sum. So here n is equal to 4 because they have told you 4 cards are selected. P, number of balls which are selected. So as I told you all, as you all can see, there are 10 balls, 0 to 9. So all the balls have got similar probability. So P is equal to 1/10. So Q will be 1 minus 1/10, 9/10. So we have to find P of X is equal to 0. That is none is marked 0. So again, this is a new sum. So we have to use the formula first time. So P of X is equal to NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. So 4C0 into 1/10 raised to 0 into 9/10 raised to 4 minus 0. So 4C0 gives you 1. 1/10 raised to 0 gives you 1. And 9/10 raised to 4 minus 0 gives you 4. So there's no need to open the final answer as the digits are too big to multiply. So your final answer will look like 9/10 raised to 4. So I hope class you all are following how to do the sums. Okay. Now those sums which we are leaving doesn't mean we are not gonna solve. We will, but in the next lecture. Today we are picking up sums which are easy for you all to understand and solve. Okay. Now directly coming to sum number 9. Given that X follows binomial distribution with parameters n, p, There are 4 conditions which are given to you. You have to find depending upon what is asked. So let's see the first one. N is given to be as 10. P is given to be as 0.4. They are asking you to find E of x and V of x. So remember class, सेशन जब शुरू किया था मैंने आपसे फॉर्मूला रिवाइज करवाए थे. E of x है n into p and V of x is n into p into q. And whenever you're solving binomial ka sums, always check you should have all the 3 alphabets. So in this case, I'm having only 2 alphabets, N and P. So what will be the very first thing to find out the value of Q? So as you all can see, class 9 sum. In a binomial distribution, E of x is NP and V of x is NPQ. So now I'm having N and P, so we can find the value of Q by putting the formula Q is equal to 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.4, you get the answer to be as 0.6. Now aram se you can find out E of x and V of x by putting the formula. So E of x is N into P. On putting the values, you get the answer as 4. And by putting V of x ka formula N into P into Q, and solving, you get the answer to be as 2.4. Whenever you have decimals, always remove the decimals like this. 0.4 is written as 4 upon 10 and 0.6 is written as 6 upon 10. So it becomes easy for you all to calculate. Coming to the second one, you have the alphabet P. Now this time you are already given E of x, that is mean. And they are telling you to find out the value of n and variance of x. So not a big deal. Sum is very easy. एक ही alphabet है P. So with P you can find out the value of Q by putting the formula 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.6, you get the answer 0.4. Now to find out n, they have given us E of x. So E of x 6, which is given to us. So I have given this as point number 1. लेकिन E of x का formula क्या है? N into P, which is point number 2. So what is your conclusion from 1 and 2? Can I say both are values of E of x, so both are equal? So can I say NP is equal to 6? So you have the value of P. So substitute 0.6. Remove the decimal. So I can write 6 by 10. Cross multiply, so 10 will go up, 6 will go down, 6 cancel, you get the value of n to be as 10. Similarly, variance of x, now you have all the 3 alphabets. So variance of x is n into p into q. So 10 into 0.6 into 0.4. On removing the decimal, you get the variance to be as 2.4. Easy? Okay. Coming to the third one, n 25. E of x 10. Now you have to find P and variance of x. Now as you don't know the value of P, you cannot find the value of Q. So we have to start with E of x. So E of x is given to be as 10, point number 1. But what is the formula for E of x? N into P, point number 2. So what is your conclusion from 1 and 2? NP is equal to 10. You know the value of N. So 25P equals 10. So P equals 2 by 5, which is 0.4. Now you know the value of P, so you can get the value of Q. Now why do we need to find out Q? Because for variance, you need all the 3 alphabets. So Q is equal to 1 minus P. So you get the answer as 0.6. Now you can put the formula of V of x, N into P into Q. On putting all the values, on removing the decimal, you get the answer to be as V of x is equal to 6. So these sums can be asked for 2 marks, fill in the blanks. So you all should know the formula for this. Coming towards the last sum of this particular sum, n is 10, E of x is 8. You have to just find variance of x. Now class, for variance, remember binomial mein you always have to see whether you have all the 3 alphabets or not. So in this case you have only 1 alphabet. That means you have to find P and Q also. So again we start with what is given to us. E of x is 8, point number 1. E of x is n into P, point number 2. From 1 and 2, what is the conclusion? NP is equal to 8. You have the value of N. So 10P is equal to 8. P is equal to 8 upon 10, 0.8. Now you know the value of P, so we can find the value of Q, 1 minus P. So you get the value of Q as 0.2. Now you can put the formula variance of X is equal to N into P into Q. Then putting all the values and on removing the decimal, you finally get the answer of V of X to be as 1.6. So class, with this, we'll stop here for today. And I hope you'll have followed the formula for binomial distribution. Before you start with the exercise class, please go through the previous video related to binomial distribution. So class, till then, take care, stay safe. If you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel and share it across with all your other friends if you think the video is really beneficial. Till then, stay tuned, keep learning, keep practicing, and if any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. So we stop here for today. Thank you so much, class, for listening to me.